Welcome to another live stream. Sunday live stream. Let's see who will join. And meanwhile, as we just opened, let me check. Go to the stream. It's good. Let's check the sound. It's good. Let's check the sound. Okay. Everything works. This is what we want. And now I need some links for later. Copy this. This is okay. Yes, and now we are ready. And see who will join the stream. As long as there's no hello, there's no conversation. We are not expecting just viewers. A stream is for communication. Otherwise, I have 2,100 videos. When you want to be entertained, there's a lot on my channel. A stream is different. So let me share. Let me share a genie. A genie is always welcome. Yes, it works. It works. I'm just waiting for my friends here. If you don't feel as a friend, just swipe to the next video. You can become a friend. Every friendship starts through communication. And meanwhile, I will check my so the chat is active. Okay. I'm just waiting for my friends. That is perfect. Do we have audio? Do we have audio? That is perfect. Do we have audio? Yes, we have audio. This is good. $37. 401. to all the guests here to understand the live stream. A live stream is for communication, not just for watching. When nobody says hello, there's no conversation. I'm just waiting for my friends here, or for new friends, but then they have to introduce themselves. Most people confuse a live stream with a video. You can watch the video alone, but a live stream is different. Today the weather is quite hot. 33 degrees.
Hi Leute, heute ist
And we have still some genies left. And so when nobody says hello, there won't be a conversation. My God, people confuse a live stream with a video. You can watch the video alone. But a live stream is for communication. I just tested out. When there's no one online, we will end the stream soon. Now we have the special guest. Hello, Santu. How are you doing? Such a pleasure. Such a pleasure. I said, let's start a stream since a long time. I think the last streams I made were half a year ago. How are you doing? Such a VIP guest. It's always worth to start a stream. Great. Wow, wonderful. This is so good to know. How is your Sunday going? Today here it's hot. We have 33 degrees in town. And we don't have air conditioning. Yeah. At least I saw your last comment. You said great. So I thought you are still informed. Probably you won't get any notifications from my channel because YouTube doesn't share the notifications. Yes, it's relaxed. Today I slept a little longer. And this is good. I'm in the library. Wow, this is interesting. Why are you in the library? Are you working? Are you studying? At least there's good internet, as it seems. So probably you can't make your pause that great. You have to go back to your studies. Yes, studying. What are you studying? Can I ask this? What are your studies? Look, we are always studying. We are always studying. And studying is good. We learn so many things. This is so interesting. I love to study. I love to study. I love to experiment. Remember all my Schumann frequency experiments, my water experiments. This is all studying to learn something new, preparation for a government job. Wow! So you are really diligent as you are studying even on Sunday. You will get the job. This is a good idea. I remember when you once said, how can we grow? What can we make? There was something where you were not satisfied with your situation. And we had a small conversation. And now you are already studying, you have a new goal, you have a new desire. You will get this. This is already planned for you. You just make the final preparations. Yes, you remember it. Good. Good that you remember it, because it came from you. Yeah. Let me share something. Did you check out my new community? Did you at least have a glimpse on it to know what's there? The experiment video was great. Yes, I made a lot of experiments, and I love to experiment. Yesterday I had a conversation with someone, and this was a really interesting conversation. He said he used glasses with copper frame, and after 1 week his eyesight became better. And then I said, wow, this must be interesting, because I love copper. You know, I'm always boiling my water with a copper coil. Probably I have to make something like this and then use it to check whether this really increases my eyesight. I have no clue, but we can check this out. I will check this out. Did you see my Schumann glasses? The green glasses with the Schumann light? This was also a wonderful experiment. Let me share the link. Let me get the link and share it here. This is a visual entrainment. Just a minute. Get the shareable link. Here I have it already. And here, and done. I also started uploading video on YouTube with little physical fitness. Wonderful! Wonderful, yes, experiment. YouTube, okay, this platform is changing a lot. But at least we can use it to make our experiments. So I didn't get your answer. Did you check my new community, at least that you know that I have it. The link before, school.com Conscious Creator Circle. Did you check this out? Because this is crazy. This is crazy. So when you continue studying, just let me know. I don't want to eat all your studying time. But it was already wonderful that you just popped up and said, hello, I'm in the library. And I give you all the good wishes. When is this, how can I say this? When is this proof? When will you make the test to enter the new job? Okay, check later. Yes, good idea. Check this later. So have a wonderful dinner. Enjoy your dinner. Today I started another water fast. Yesterday was my refeeding day, and today I entered another section of my water fast. So you must copy the link, otherwise you don't have access to it. But this library seems to be a good library. They have even dinner in the library. Not bad. You said, wow. As I realize, you are not informed. You are really not informed. Why? Because you are not connected to the fuel hub. You miss a lot of information. Okay, enjoy your dinner. Thank you for showing up. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday and have an excellent week. This was one of our VIP viewers here on this channel. Yes. You see it, he has a crown, the number one. So who does not engage in the conversation will gain nothing. That means I can focus on my cell phone until the next good person starts to communicate. Let me get some drinks. I have a tasteful lemon juice. It's cold. I just got it from the fridge. And it is structured water. Structured lemon juice. A mixture of lemon juice and water. This is where I prepare my structured water. Do you see? This is the Schumann frequency. This is grounded lemon juice with a Schumann frequency. And as it is hot today, I already prepared some iced tea. But it's still not cold. I just put it in the fridge. Yeah, for all the new guests, this is a structured lemonade. Yeah. I decided to make this stream from the space kitchen. I could even make a screenshot from this. Why not? It's a good idea. This is not needed. You can make it like this. Yes, and make a screenshot from the live stream. Let me see. Yes, it worked. Good idea. So, so. Creators, first attach the file. Okay. Select the category Creators Loft. Using my YouTube live streams to address people. To address my friends. To address my friends. um meine Freunde zu kontaktieren. To contact. Contact my okay. Nachdem der YouTube-Algorithmus die Leute nicht mehr informiert, müssen wir zu neuen Mitteln greifen, um meine älteren Zuschauer nochmal zu kontaktieren. Yes. At the moment, I have no time to answer the phone because I'm busy. Und ich glaube, es ist eine gute Möglichkeit, zumindest in einem Livestream doch mal Leute zu kontaktieren, denn das ist wenigstens eine Sache, die kann man steuern. Da ist man direkt im Kontakt und die Leute. Und ich denke, es ist eine gute Möglichkeit, die Leute zumindest über einen Livestream zu kontaktieren, denn die werden eventuell noch benachrichtigt, ich weiß es ja nicht, oder man kann auch neue Leute kennenlernen, aber es ist einfach eine andere aktive Geschichte. Und interessanterweise hat es funktioniert. Ich habe einige Leute getroffen, die ich schon seit langem nicht mehr gesehen hatte. Und es scheint zu funktionieren. Yes. My attitude. I make it easy. I don't go to my main tube studio. So when you want to communicate, you have to write in the chat. Otherwise, this live stream is not for you. And I don't go to my YouTube studio. I make it simple with my cell phone. The right-minded. Good morning. This is such a pleasure. Who writes in the chat is welcome, because when nobody is there, I continue with my work. The right-minded. You are right-minded. You say good morning. This is interesting. I would love to know where you are, because good morning, here it's already afternoon. We have, let me tell you, 5 p.m. 5 p.m. and 37 minutes. So this stream comes from Europe, from Germany. So when you say good morning, where is morning? Northern Idaho, USA. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Good to see. I just forget that we are connected. Do you know this? But the last live stream that I made was half a year ago. So in December 25. And these days I decided I go live again to inform my viewers, because the algorithm of YouTube is no more notifying our subscribers. So we have to look for new chances to reach our audience. And let me share something with you. With my cell phone. So let me just send the message. I was just typing a post in my new community. And this is what I want to share with you. Just have a look at it. When you say, this is fantastic, you are invited. If not, you at least know that it exists. Where can I find a link? Here, I can find the link here. I built up a new community because I think YouTube is collapsing. So this is the new community here, and we have so much more options. I would say try it out. Nothing to lose. We can post, we can share video, audio, links, pictures. We even can give. We have a chat for direct messages, but you also can share links, videos, audio, pictures. It's way better. So when was the last time that we had contact? Probably this time where I was still making my YouTube live streams. I tested a little on TikTok, but this platform is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. And the worst thing, everything is spoiled with AI content. All the platforms, they are really collapsing. AI content is flooding. It doesn't link. It doesn't link. It doesn't. This is why. Why do you think it doesn't link? Let me check it out. No, it links. Here on my side, it works. I don't know why. Yes, you can get the same link also when you go to my home site, on my YouTube home site. You see, when you come to the home site, you see Recall Future, Fuel for Your Mission, and then there's a link also on the About side that you can. I at least want that my viewers are informed. Whether they want to join or not, this is their decision, but at least they have to be informed. I have to inform my viewers. This is where you just, let me show you. This is where it will lead you to. It's also written in the description of my About tab here on YouTube. But I tested the link and it worked. But at least you have a crown and a number 2. So you must be a very VIP viewer. When was the last time that we had contact? With so many activities, sometimes we forget about all the names, all the handles. There are a lot. So what's the temperature on your side? Today here in Europe, it's quite hot. I live in the town, 33 degrees. We don't have air conditioning. Oh, so it's a little. This is summer. Summer has good temperatures. Was it your children? Ah, okay, wonderful, good. Just a small escape. Yeah, I told we have 33 degrees. It's not common. Look, mostly we have heaters for winter. So most houses, apartments have just heaters in winter, but normally we don't need air conditioning. So it's nearly everywhere the same. Some modern companies or modern houses, mostly companies, they have air conditioning, but houses normally not. They have just these heaters below the window to keep it warm in winter. But it seems when it gets more and more hot, people will decide to build air conditioning. For example, when I remember, I was in Florida several times at Kennedy Space Center with NASA, and there was a lot of air conditioning, and I liked it. Even sometimes when you go in a restaurant, it was so cold. It was so. We didn't when I was there. Yeah, probably the change will happen here also in the future. So companies already have it more and more. Houses normally not, because this is a lot of complications to install all that. People they get spoiled. I grew up in Melbourne, Florida. This is interesting. There's a Melbourne even in Florida. So when I read Melbourne, I think of Australia. So there is even Melbourne in Australia. Let me check this out. This is interesting. Where was it? Most of the time I was in Cape Canaveral. I made a visit to Orlando, for sure, to visit Disneyland. It's near the Space Center. Wow, wonderful, wonderful. Melbourne? I never read this. Florida. I'll just check it over. Oh yes, it looks like the Space Coast. Yeah. I think I remember Melbourne. When I think back, yes. Oh, it's Florida's Silicon Valley. Oh, this is interesting. Okay. Does Florida even have a Silicon Valley? Wow. This is good. So this was the time when there was still the space shuttle flying. Yeah. Let me remember some missions. There was one of the first Mars missions. What was it called? They sent a satellite to Mars. Was it Mars Global Surveyor? I think it was Mars Global Surveyor. Then we had a lot of space shuttle launches. We had Lunar Prospector. Lunar Prospector, where they were making also measuring the lunar surface again with the ashes of this astronomer. What was what was the name of this astronomer who discovered the asteroid that was crashing Jupiter? I forgot the name. And they let the rocket crash on the lunar surface together with some part of the ashes of this, because this astronomer always wanted to be an astronaut, but he never became an astronaut. And then they said, let's make him famous. We bring him back to the moon and let his ashes land on the moon. Crazy stuff. Sometimes NASA makes crazy stuff. I watched the moon launch from the beach. The moon launch? You mean the Artemis mission? But I no longer trust the history of space. Yeah, it's interesting. It's really difficult. We live in a time where media becomes more and more a tool for the liars. It always has been. You watched the war on the 21st of July, the Apollo 11, when it landed on the moon. Yes, I watched it too. This was my birthday. I was 8 years, and on the same day I got 9 years. So this was my birthday, and I was allowed to stay awake the whole night. What a privilege! Yes, all the deception. Yes, the problem with media, we never know. It is easy. It is like a science fiction movie. Is it true? Is it not true? You were 13. So this was my birthday. I became 9 years old. So we are just 4 years off. Wow, wonderful, wonderful. And this was interesting. I was at the space camp during this time when I visited, I had the radio station. And I got the possibility to make interviews and recordings. And they invited me. They said, wow, you're from Germany. You are welcome. So, and I met some people at the space camp. They were still working. They were painting the launch pads in this time, 1969, because when there was a rocket launch, the launch pad was completely burned. They have to refurbish it completely. It was completely destroyed. And I talked to workers that were really caring for these launch pads, and this was an interesting conversation. But whether it was real or just fiction, just another sci-fi, it's hard to know. Even today, there are so many media out there. How will we know? One says A, the next person says B, the other person says C. What is true? Only when we realize it with our own senses. Then we at least, and when you realize something, and you know, I was there, I saw it. and you tell it, and the next person says, I don't believe this. What can you do? What can you do? So trust is a strange thing. Trust is a strange thing. So then you changed your location. You grew up in Florida, and then you went to, what did you say? Northern Idaho in USA. Okay. Let me check. Where is Northern Idaho? They destroyed trust. Moved to Santa Clara. 60 years in electronics. Oh, yeah, you are an electronic guy. Wonderful. Did you see my Schumann frequency videos? I made a lot of experiments with resonances, coils, resonance circuits. I think my last 50 or 100 videos are mostly shared on frequencies. Look here behind. Here you can see this is my coil where I structure my water. I'm crazy for structuring water. This is something that I also share in my new community where we can dive deeper. Because I don't like the conversation here in the comment section of YouTube. There's so much noise. There are so many people. They know it better with knowing nothing. And yes, here you see down there you see this is structured with Schumann frequency. Yes, grounded water. But believe me, the taste of the water changes. Exactly, everything is vibration. It's all about frequencies. Our brain, our earth. Nikola Tesla said it right. It's all about frequencies. Or as you said, everything is vibration. And this is an endless topic. Remember music. Every tone has its overtones. All the intervals. Everything is built up on a mathematical structure. And there's a system in it. There's a real system in it. Our voice, same thing. Piano, violin, guitar, flute, the hearable range, and below that the VLF range, the very low frequency stuff, or high above. When we think what insects, bats, or most music is disharmonic. Very interesting observation. Because there are a lot of frequencies put together. And sometimes even noise. Because when we think on drums and all the percussion, this is just noise. This is no frequency. These are just, okay, when we say white noise, brown noise, this is so many frequencies together. Most music is disharmonic. It depends. It depends. When it resonates with you, you think this is beautiful. When it doesn't resonate with you, you would say this is disharmonic. It depends whether we are in resonance. And once again, welcome to frequencies and resonance. Yes, and when we are resonant and we like it, then we love it. We are crazy. It's like a ham radio. When you tune through the system, you find the right frequency and your antenna matches and the other person is ready to receive and the atmosphere is working good for you, then you can have a connection. Once I saw an article where the Apollo 11, they had the whole stream of their frequencies over one carrier in the gigahertz range. They packed everything. They didn't have separate carriers. They put everything in one big carrier and they put it in the gigahertz range for the complete communication. And this was in these days, 1969. This was highly developed at that time. I was blown away. I was really blown away. So it's Phil Henry. Who is Phil Henry? You dropped the name without saying nothing. Let me show. Phil Henry. Phil Henry, Florida. Ah, okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Phil. Let me write it down. My name is Matthias. You already know me. Nice to meet you. Meet you once again back. Henry. My God, we should stay in deeper contact. We have so many things in common. Phil Henry, Florida. Oh yes, you are a famous person. I think I even found your picture here. This must be you. Realtor vacation ownership. Just a minute. Just a minute. It's like, no. Yes, you are famous. Aren't we all famous? We made so many things in our life. Let me see. There are several. Have you been a radio host? No, this is different. I wrote the name. Harry, Florida. There are even more pictures right now. No, what is Pong? I worked on Pong. What is Pong? Let me search for Pong. The host is a relative. The first Atari game. Wow! I had a Atari computer. I used it for editing music. The Atari was one of the first that was quite good before Apple Macintosh. That was quite good for editing music as a sequencer, just as a sequencer for MIDI file. I still have this Atari computer anywhere in my so Pong. Let me look for Pong Atari. Den Raku visited the stream. Hello there and welcome. You should not be able to visit this stream. You are in the community and you don't share anything. You are a lazy boy. Den Raku, you are a lazy boy. Den Raku is also from the States. He's a lazy boy. What excuse do you have? What excuse do you bring to the table? Let's see. He's still inventing a good excuse. Just a little bit. A little bit of what? Just a little bit of what? There is no excuse. He left the train to Wonderland, and he didn't want to be on the train. There are so many options, and then, but when people are satisfied, they don't want to grow in life. They are just happy where they are. So right-minded or feel, this means even back then you are programming computers. You are absolutely right, Phil. I came more and more to this conclusion that we need structured water, because our water, when it comes from the pipe, and as we, as human bodies, are more than 70% made out of water. We need this. This is our essence. We are water beings. Okay, we have some bones, we have some muscles, but there is water in the muscles. So we are more than 70% out of water. So we should look for water. Water is our fuel, is our main substance. And most people completely underestimate the power of water. Water is for cleaning. It's in our blood. It's most of our structure in our brain is water. Electronic tech back then. Yes, for sure. Your water comes from wow, wonderful, wonderful. So this is so healthy. This is so healthy. You are lucky. But the interesting thing is, water is so flexible. We can inform water. We can bring water back to its origins, because water is so open to receive. Yes, I made a video. Water is awareness. I made lots of videos on water. I think I don't need to produce any more videos. My archive is full. 2,100 videos. I made this in 9 years from now. And I made all these types of water fasting, cleaning water with dowsing, with sunlight. Now these latest videos on structuring water with several frequencies. I made all this stuff, so I think I don't need to produce any more videos. When someone comes to my channel, my archive is full. Water is, yes, water is awareness. Water is life. Water is, probably water is God. Because we can have a small seed. When we put water to it, life happens. Otherwise, the seed is just a small stone, but with water. So, it's not the seed. These are just proteins. The water is life. Water. I found you in relation to water. Wow! Wonderful. Wonderful. So at least there was a reason that I made my water videos. Yeah, it's a little philosophical, but where there is water, there is life. Without water, just rocks, atoms, nothing. And remember the hydrogen line, the 1.4 gigahertz, these where we can contact this quietness in the universe, the age line, the hydrogen line, very important. Water is so strange. When it gets cooler, it gets, and when it gets even cooler, it expands again. So this is so strange. This is, and the polarity of water, the hexagonal structure of water. Water can be nearly, through this hexagon, can be a liquid crystal, and it's hard to understand. Two bodies will not mix. So what's going on then, Raku? Are you still here? Are you hiding? You don't have to hide. Let me write your name to your handle, Phil, that I know. Right-minded. But I think you never wrote a comment to my videos, because normally I remember the handles. Two bodies will not mix, separate entities. Two streams will stay separate in the ocean. Two streams will stay separate in the ocean. What do you mean with that? Ah, okay. Probably. Sorry that I can't remember, but there are a lot of handles. River of water. River of water in the ocean bodies. I still can't understand it. River of water in the ocean bodies do not mix. No worries. Probably you can give me a better explanation. Sorry, English is just my second language. What experiences do you have with structured water? Ah, now I understand. When the river is entering the ocean, it's still not getting completely mixed. They still seem a little. Yes, now I get it. Now I get it. Or it takes a certain time of adaptation that it really becomes So the water has to undergo a certain process that the water says, okay, now we are ready. Flows in the other separate. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes, it depends on the ingredients. The same with blood types. When you have a certain blood type, it's better not to use a different blood type. It's, yes, in this case, they are separate entities. Yes. There's the water from the river as a certain entity, and there's the ocean, another big entity, and then two entities are in contact, and it takes some time that they really intermingle. Right, yes, thank you for giving me more clarity. But over time, they will mix, but it takes a certain process. Probably with people also, when we have two people that don't understand, but with more communication, they have the chance to find a common sense and connect. There's also a chance that they find that they absolutely do not agree, and then they are even more apart than before. So what are your experiences with structured water? Why did you search for structured water? And what experiences did you collect over time? I think Denraku left the room. Probably my invitation was a little too harsh. But come on, let's take it easy. I'm not sure Olmec's river. So wonderful. You learned about a very new topic, a very interesting topic. And it is an endless topic. As water is everywhere in our body, everywhere. And as water is magic. Did you hear about the possibilities of water in the ancient Hawaiian knowledge in Ho'oponopono, where the right water can clean our memories? Very interesting stuff. It goes beyond science, but is deeply rooted in their culture. So we cannot say this is wrong. So there's a lot of aspects combined with water. That we can use the sunlight to clean the water, and with clean water we can even clean bad memories. Crazy stuff. And I think we should be open to this, even when you don't understand it. But there's a possibility. I always say people measure way too much with science, but the measurement instruments, they are not perfect. So many things we cannot even measure. And when we can't measure it, then science says, oh, this is not true. But just because there was a time where we couldn't measure radioactivity, and then people said, this doesn't exist. Only when we find the right measurements to say, oh, now we can measure radioactivity or frequencies, then we know, yes, okay, it is there. There are rules. Much of science is deception. Yes, I absolutely agree. They just decide what they can understand. But when there are things that they can't understand, what can they do? And in this case, belief and knowledge is, I can know something, then I think I have the proof, but I can believe something. I once made a video, belief is better than knowledge, because the knowledge is limited. It grows over time, but belief is open. I can believe it, and then it already exists for me, even without a proof. Isn't this wonderful? And in case of belief, I can choose my belief. So I think belief is a very interesting part to view reality. It's open, we can decide, and then we have also the placebo and nocebo. When I believe this is good for me, it is good for me. How wonderful is that? If a theory is still a theory 50 years later, it's still a deception. Yeah, probably it needs 500 years. Probably it needs 5,000 years. It's just another belief. They might say the facts are rooted, some facts are rooted in science, but the conclusion is still a theory. And when they start to argue, they try to find reasons to prove the theory. But you are right, it is still a deception. And there are a lot of deceptions. Yeah, because life is way more complicated than we think. There are too many details. And on the other hand, we don't even have to understand all the details. This only breaks our mind, and we lose the time to feel good. A rocket with a rocket will not burn in the void. No movement, nothing to push against. Yes, this is everything a very interesting concept. And this comes from a man who lives near the Space Coast. He must know intuitively what happens in a rocket engine. Yes, this person is in a ward. Yes. So tell me more about your recent discoveries on structured water. As you already have wonderful water at home, this beautiful. What made you search for structured water? What was the initial thought that said, I want to dive deeper into structured water? I found you. And it's interesting, there are a lot of channels that are just making these blah blah about structure, but they don't go into detail. They don't work with frequencies. They just make funny experiments. Exactly the same with the Schumann frequency. Talking about it. And water has always fascinated. Yes. It should fascinate every human being, because we are more than 70% out of water. This is our water is our blood, not just the blood that we have. Water is our blood. It goes beyond our blood. It's everything. So when I say you're not interested in structured water, then you ignore your own body, because your body is made out of water. I always say we are jellyfish. We are mostly made out of water. We have a certain structure. Our eyes are mostly out of water. And I realized this when I make my water fast, when my eyesight gets better. I have several glasses. But when I start my water fast, at the moment I'm once again in a water fast, all my glasses won't match anymore. I have several degrees, one for a distance and one for closer. But when I make a water fast, everything doesn't work anymore. So the eyesight changes drastically. Why? Because the volume of the water, the cleaning of the water, the structure of the water changes everything. And we can see it. When you have the glasses, when I make my water fast, I nearly don't need my glasses. And something else, our senses get better. We hear better. And we smell, we smell way better. I started sun gazing. It corrected my vision. Another very interesting thought. Did I mention this before? Yesterday, someone told me he uses copper glasses. Glasses with a copper frame, without lenses. But when he used this, his eyesight became better. Why? I have no clue. I said, send me a picture. He didn't send me the picture. But this is a very interesting experiment. And I will do this experiment. And there might be several reasons for this. For example, when you have a magnet, you have a copper tube. Copper and magnet doesn't match. But when you have a copper tube and you let the magnet fall, it falls very slowly. There's an electromagnetic interaction. And our eyes are also made out of electrons. There's a certain vibration, and probably there is an interaction between the frame of the copper glasses and the eye. I don't know. But it's worth testing out. A blue filter appears in front of the sun's globe. A blue filter appears in front of the sun's globe. Interesting. So these are glasses with blue filters. This goes in the same direction as cleaning water. For example, did you ever hear about the blue bottle for cleaning water? Viva Shorts. Hello there and welcome. So nice to meet you. How are you doing? I never saw your handle. Did you change your handle? At least you have the crown. Did you change your handle, Viva Shorts? Let me send you a triple genie. A triple genie is always good. I can't support anyone. But I can send you good energy. This is what I can. So let's come back to the blue filter. When we put water in a blue bottle and we put it to sunlight, this changes the water. And when we look probably to the sun through blue filters, this changes the water in our eyes. And then this creates an effect. Yes, I think we should wear blue glasses. We always use these gray glasses. Why not using blue glasses? I love this imagination. Using blue glasses for sunglasses. That would be... I should... Let me look for blue glasses. Let me look for blue sunglasses. They might exist. Yes, they exist. They are not that dark. I prefer dark blue sunglasses. They are quite light. Let's look for dark blue. Dark blue sunglasses. Oh yes, yes. I found some. Let me show you. I saw a good picture. Images. Just a minute. I found it on my tablet, but I want to show it here with the cell phone. Also, not bad. How about this? They look beautiful. Yeah. Imagine blue glasses. Okay, the color correction is completely. You can't see all the colors because the blue is blocking a lot of colors. It could be even a little more dark blue, but it's already good. So Viva Shorts, I think you can write something. We already saw your pictures. Now it's time that you share some words. Methyl blue heals the body. Isn't this interesting? Most inks of pencils, or also a fountain pencil, mostly they are blue. The sky is blue. The ocean is blue. Liquid oxygen is blue. So there must be a reason for it. And most of all, blue jeans are blue. Okay, there are also black ones, but a typical blue jeans is blue. And isn't this interesting? There's nearly no blue food. Green food, yellow food, everything. But there's nearly no blue food. Okay, blueberries. Yes. The frequency must heal us through vibration. Absolutely. So it's quite relaxed in this stream. We had a wonderful time. Now the stream was lasting for 1 hour and 40 minutes. I should go and work a little more on my platforms. So Phil, it was a pleasure to have you met right now. At the right time, we connected through YouTube. And I think I should make more live streams because I want to stay in contact with all these nice people like you. So check my link. Probably you like my new community. I mean, it's way better. We can make video calls directly, not just I'm talking and you're just listening, and when you want to express yourself, you have to type. It's way easier when we have a real conversation. Yes, absolutely. You hear the church bells. I'm living close to a church, and the window is open, so you must hear the church bells now. This is a sign that I should end the stream. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure. Have a still relaxed. Yes, you hear the bells. This is, I think, the distance to the church is just 10 meters. So it's hard to avoid it. Yes, exactly. So thank you so much. It was a pleasure. Greetings to your side. Enjoy the rest of the whole Sunday, and meet you soon. And to Viva Shorts also, next time you share some words. It's better. Bye bye.